He is an idiot. One Piece voice actor Hiroaki Hirata has no reason to admire Sanji. The Straw Hat Pirates all have very distinct personalities, and amongst the crew, Sanji might be the most controversial in the One Piece fandom. The chef is one of the strongest members of the Straw Hats, and he's immensely kind, but his obsession with women is one of his worst traits. This aspect of Sanji is very inconsistently written. Eiichiro Oda writes him quite differently, with him being more respectful, whereas Toei Animation loves to make a fool out of him. They've portrayed him like a dog drooling at every command, and no one, not even his voice actor, can defend him. Sanji has always fawned over women, from Nami to Viola. The whole Cake Island arc redeemed him and explained his behavior towards women, showing how respectful he is. However, the Egghead arc is possibly where fans couldn't stop cringing. The hard eyes have always been a thing in One Piece, but the excessive amount of it in the anime's Egghead arc was entirely too much. Toei Animation made Sanji much more idiotic than he is. Hiroaki Hirata has no respect for his character, but has double the fun with One Piece. Sanji is the only Straw Hat so far who has been given two tragic backstories. We also knew from the get-go that he's quite obsessed with women, but it was balanced out, thanks to his kindness and strength. However, each arc escalated how he'd act with women. At some points, he'd be quite virtuous and respectful of women. Then the next, he's peeping into their shower. There are plenty of moments where we just can't defend Sanji's character. He's one of the most confusing yet nuanced characters in One Piece. Toei Animation's portrayal of him has warped the perspective of One Piece's audience, including Hiroaki Hirata, who has voiced Sanji for nearly 2 decades now. Apart from Eiichiro Oda, no one knows the cook better than him. Even so, Hirata says he finds him to be quite. The voice actor's words might read as harsh, but they've been heavily mistranslated. The comments on the original X-Post fight about it, saying that there was a more positive way to frame the answer. Hiroaki Hirata still loves playing Sanji, often comparing himself to the cook, too. There is a charm to his, and it's thanks to how nuanced Eiichiro Oda has made him. The cook's love for women is an overused gag in One Piece, especially in the anime adaptation. Toei loves to make him look terrible. Oda's writing of Sanji, however, makes fans still love his character. There is more to him than fawning and falling all over women. Sanji's indiscriminate kindness towards women is terrible during a fight, but it shows the honor and respect he has. He would never lay a hand on any of them, and he defends those being taken advantage of. It can be an insane juxtaposition of his character, but it's still a part of him. Overall, the cook of the Straw Hats is one of the most well-written yet controversial characters. Hiroaki Hirata doesn't hate Sanji by any means, but even he cannot deny or ignore Sanji's flaws.